2026.
Starts now.
And it is good to have you along this late night. I'm Corbell Pye. From now at 11, a change of scenery for Cabinet's weekly meeting, which today traded in its Cable Beach office for the Ministry of Grand Bahama, an island long awaiting its revival. It was at an afternoon press conference that the Prime Minister sought to make the case that major progress is happening. Here's tonight's top story. First, a memorandum of understanding to be signed with Canadian-based Emera Incorporated, which will see control of the Grand Bahama Power Company turned over to the government, marking the first time this has happened since the Hawksbill Creek Agreement was signed nearly 71 years ago.
This is important because it will result in universal electricity rates across the Bahamas, ending a long-standing disparity between Grand Bahama and the rest of our country.
And then there's the long-stall construction of the Grand Bahama International Airport. Mr. Davis announced that the project is now moved from the planning phase to physical activity. Phase 1 of the project, pegged at $100 million, Mr. Davis says, will deliver a new modern terminal designed to accommodate demand of up to 500,000 passengers annually, with the ability to expand to 1 million, but still no set date for completion. The Prime Minister also announced a deal that will see a major investment made in Freeport's harbor.
MSC Cruises, through its affiliate and development company, will develop a new cruise ship pier complex and berthing area at Billy Key property in the city of Freeport. The estimated capital investment is $450 million, with $400 million allocated to the Billy Key port and related infrastructure, and $50 million allocated to a beach club and the refurbishment of the existing retail village refurbishment.
But for those anticipating a major announcement regarding developments at the Grand Lucayan, it never came. The Prime Minister acknowledged the frustration and anxiety some are feeling and insisted progress was being made. And he pushed back against his critics who've accused him of failing regarding this project moving.
I also understand the temptation for some to turn every stage of work into drama, to create noise and to claim failure before the work reaches its next phase. Criticisms coming loudest from those who created the problem, they should hang their heads in shame and gratitude. We are only concerned with the development of Grand Bahama.
Progress is the picture Mr. Davis attempted to paint, but he was still peppered with questions about results and completions. At one point, his frustration could not be contained.
Turning keys, openings, even though those things have not happened, other things have happened. The economy has recovered, but recovery was never the end game for me. It was to grow the economy, and Grand Bahama economy is growing.
Now to another big story here this late night. The Royal Bahamas Police Force made major strides in the crime fight last year, seeing the number of major crimes nationwide drop from 2,409, or rather drop to 2,409 cases from 2,825 the year before. Commissioner of Police Shanta Knowles is tonight outlining officers' success as she boasts the force remains committed to addressing the scourge of crime in the interest of public safety. We hear more tonight from Cleopatra Murphy.
Major crime down in 2025, with the murder rate dipping by 31%, with 83 homicides reported last year compared to 121 in 2024. Commissioner of Police Shanta Knowles touted the figures as the largest percentage decrease since police began compiling statistics in 1963 during the annual Meet the Press at police headquarters Tuesday. 76 of those murders occurred on New Providence, 4 on the Family Islands, and 3 in Grand Bahama and the Northern District, while 8 of those victims were on bail.
Notably, this is the lowest amount of murders ever recorded in an all-equal policing environment since 2008, when 73 murders were recorded, and in 2020, a normal year when 73 murders were also recorded.
Police also boast a 65% solvency rate. Armed robbery also headed south, decreasing by 39% with 162 cases compared to 265 the year before, while housebreaking fell by 49% with 170 incidents compared to 331 in 2024.
Burglaries decreased by 28% and shopbreakings decreased by 13%. This trio of offenses recorded the lowest amount on record in the history of the force since tracking began in 1963.
Rape fell by 18% last year with 50 recorded, lower than the 60 recorded the year prior and the lowest since 2021.
Unlawful sexual intercourse decreased by 18% with 115 incidents. This figure represents the lowest amount of unlawful sexual intercourse ever recorded in the history of the force since tracking began in 1992.
Stats further point to 366 illegal firearms being removed off the nation's streets last year, the weapons responsible for 64 of the murders in 2025, coupled with 11,238 rounds of ammunition. Officers also made strides disrupting the drug trade.
As a testament to our resolve, we have seized more drugs than we did the year before, with an estimated 4,772.5 pounds of marijuana and 5,876 pounds of cocaine.
Knowles credits the success of the last year to more proactive measures taken by law enforcement, from more stops and searches to more road checks. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Leo, we also learned today of rogue officers before the police tribunal as efforts continue to weed out bad apples. Leah Cooper has that angle.
From escapes to bribery, today's revelations show that the biggest threat to policing isn't always on the streets. Sometimes it's inside the force. Police accountability is back in the spotlight. During her Meet the Press address, Commissioner Shanton Knowles confirms that discipline, not damage control, is now the order of the day. Top of the list, D'Angelo Comer, a man who escaped lawful custody and remains on the run. It's a getaway that raises more than eyebrows. The commissioner revealing that 3 police officers connected to that incident have been placed before the police tribunal.
Out of that number, one of them has been interdicted and another one is expected to be interdicted in the next week or so until that trial is completed. So D'Angelo Comer is not in custody. We appeal to those who may have information as to where he is to please give us the information so that we can put him back into prison where he belongs until his trial is adjudicated in the courts.
The accused murderer escaped from the magistrate's court complex on South Street in October last year. He's described as light brown in complexion with a tattoo of lips on his neck and the name Tiffany tattooed on his right chest. But that was just the beginning. In a separate and equally damaging incident, 2 more officers now face the tribunal, this time over allegations of bribery, following a viral video showing an officer cutting an off-the-books deal to make a traffic ticket disappear.
We have quickly removed them from frontline policing. Just thought I'd let you know that. So they are from frontline policing and they are before the tribunal. Once the tribunal case is completed, as policy dictates, then the Commissioner of Police will know what action she will take.
And the numbers tell an even bigger story. For the year 2025 alone, a staggering 326 complaints were filed against police officers, including internal matters and complaints from civilians.
97 cases were sent to the disciplinary tribunal. 101 remain under investigation. 102 were closed with no further action, and 26 were unfounded with insufficient evidence.
The police commissioner didn't reveal how many officers were fired as a result of the misconduct, but she did tell reporters the force last year invested heavily in ethics-based training, reinforcing a culture of integrity, responsibility, and respect. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Police Commissioner Knowles is also refuting claims tonight of corruption within the country's armed forces viewed by U.S. Attorney Martin Roth. He represented Royal Bahamas Defense Force ex-Chief Petty Officer Darren Roca, who's accused of facilitating cocaine smuggling into the U.S. A local daily quotes Roth accusing the police, the Defense Force, and government officials of systemic corruption. Commissioner Knowles says she's offended by the attorney's remarks.
I believe that because he has represented one person who's accused of crimes against his country, that he would want to cast such aspersions on my officers in our country. If you look at the work that we have done over the past year, you will see that that statement certainly is not true. We have decent police officers, and other law enforcement agencies have decent officers who give their best to their community. One bad apple does not spoil the entire bunch.
The commissioner's comments follow those of National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, who last week told ZNS News that global statistics contradict the American attorney's claims.
That's actually not what the world thinks about us. Transparency International does a corruption perception index, and the latest one that I've been able to see, out of 180 countries, this is 2024. The Bahamas and the United States of America scored the same thing, 65. In our case, we came up to 65. In the US's case, they came down to 65.
We have more to get to this late night. The rush to Junior Junkanoo, now only 2 days away. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. Stay up for that story and much more when we come back.
Sweet and spicy, marinated fried, tossed with chili. Wow, wow. Garlic and ginger have many flavors, like honey barbecue.
Signature hot wings, turn up the heat for you. Those pepper wings, what's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know. Cloud nine, so many flavors to try. What's your flavor? Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new.
Signature hot wings.
What's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know.
Those pepper wings.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
What if the reason you're stuck is because of the cycles you keep repeating? Cycles of fear, cycles of doubt, cycles of waiting for permission to live the life God already called you to. Every generation has a moment when destiny calls your name. On January 30th, 2026, that moment returns. The movement that awakened thousands is back. Bigger, bolder, and more purposeful than ever before. This is Shift 26. Under the theme, Shift into Wealth, No More Cycles. This is not just another conference. It is a divine interruption. It's your permission slip to shift once and for all. A reset for your faith, your focus, and your future. So mark your calendars, gather your tribe, because this time, you're not just coming to be inspired, you're coming to be transformed. Shift 26, January 30th, 2026 at the Bahama Convention Center. No more waiting, no more cycles. It's time to shift into wealth.
Some of the day's other news this late night. Team leaders at the Ministry of Labor and the Public Service participating in a one-day symposium at the National Training Agency Monday to review their progress over the past year and chart the way forward. Labor Minister, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, believes the conclave plays a pivotal role in fostering camaraderie and enhancing efficiency at the ministry.
This year's theme is Reimagination Secured, System Strengthened, Securing Results. And we started in 2022 where we crafted the Reimagination and Transformation Plan for the public service. And every year we marked, as the year passed, where we are in the process in our 10-point plan, where we need to be. So basically a redirection every year, refocus to ensure that we're on target with our goals.
And some 38 schools to compete for bragging rights in this year's Junior Jankuru Parade, which takes place on Thursday. Looking for a win this time around, the C.I. Gibson Rattlers. Teacher Colano Bain says this year's theme, Mystical Wonders of the Deep Blue Sea, combines music and energy, which should impress the judges to earn them the title.
Last year we won music, we won Best Banner, we won performance, and to be honest with you, the whole entire country knew that we were robbed of that parade. All right, we were robbed of that parade. We came second overall, but we are looking forward to taking home what's ours this year. And we're gonna give them pure energy on the boulevard, and that's what you can look forward for us for when we get to Bay Street.
The trash talking has begun. By the way, you can catch live coverage of the Junior Jankuru Parade right here on ZNS Thursday, starting at 6. A fleet of new vehicles should mean customers will see improvements in the quality of service. BTC and EV Motors officials announcing as much, along with news of a new partnership between the two companies. Danielle Dean tells us more.
The Bahamas telecommunications company and EV Motors celebrating a budding partnership that saw BTC adopt multiple new service delivery vehicles. Officials from both companies predict that these electric vehicles will make services for the telecommunications company more efficient.
Okay, we have more technicians, we need more vehicles, we need more tools, and by increasing our capacity, it allows us to actually serve more customers at one time.
We're proud as the leading partner to support this transition with the delivery of 10 carry commercial cargo vans.
BTC's field service technician Darren Sweeting anticipates smoother day-to-day service.
To be honest, with these vehicles here, it's hard to even think about the previous ones because these vehicles here, they are more suited to the job that we do. You know, a lot of cargo space. They're more efficient, like less downtime.
And soon, a fleet of these very vehicles will be sent over to the Family Islands as the telecommunications company tries to accomplish service equality across the Bahamas.
We would be actually looking into getting at least about 10 vehicles starting off that will actually go between the 4 to 5 islands that I actually mentioned. We actually look to get it in the next couple of weeks.
Dominic Petty, head of BTC's Family Island operations, says the deadline for complete rollout is the end of June. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
We have got a look at sports next here at 11. Here's Amajal with a preview of what's ahead.
Vijay Edgecombe named a rising star. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
They call themselves protectors of the earth, and they've earned an award of excellence that proves it. Students at C.R. Walker Senior High School have made history by transforming their campus into one that is actively promoting sustainability, powered by BPL.
They are the first senior government high school in New Providence to earn the Eco Schools Green Flag Award, a milestone that for Eco Club President Uriel knows is the beginning of a lasting commitment to environmental stewardship.
It shows that we have a deep commitment to being environmental stewards. It also shows that we not only speak mere words, but we take the action required and make choices to protect the environment, health, and in the wider community.
The Eco Club turned ideas into action, establishing a greenhouse and green spaces across the campus. For school principal Treva Comer, it's a vision that has become reality.
If each before his doorstep swept, the village would be clean. It starts with our schools and then it extends into the communities where they live. It's important for us to start this now at the school level.
Minister for the Environment, Zane Lightbourne, says initiatives like this are more important now than ever.
We're affected negatively by climate change, where our rising sea levels and intensified storms it's causing billions of dollars in destruction. We want to do our part and offer our students a career or a set of careers
that help to preserve our environment.
BPL's Director of Health, Safety and Environment, Xander Bonamy, says she's excited about the partnership with C.R. Walker.
Our motto is being pristine, and it's so important for tourism. One of our greatest selling points is our beauty. For future generations, it's important that we protect what we have now.
C.R. Walker's Eco School achievement is more than just a milestone. It's a reminder that when education, sustainability, and partnerships come together, we're not just celebrating progress, we're powering it.
Here's Tuesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Bahamian rookie phenom and Philadelphia 76ers guard VJ Edgecombe has been selected to the Rising Stars game as a part of the NBA 2026 All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles. The Rising Stars Challenge will be on February 13th and will feature some of the top first and second year players in the NBA, along with talent from the NBA G League. Edgecombe is the 22nd Sixers player in franchise history to be selected for the Rising Stars event. He'll join Tyrese Maxey, who was named an All-Star starter for the first time in his career in Los Angeles for All-Star Weekend. Edgecombe, of course, the #3 overall pick by the Sixers in this year's NBA draft, has dazzled as a rookie in his first season in Philadelphia. In 41 games, Edgecombe is averaging 15 points, which is third among all rookies. He's also averaging 5 rebounds and just under 5 assists. In that same vein, the performance of our athletes in the international arena is certainly being noticed, whether it's our athletes delivering stellar performances on the track, the baseball field, or the hardwood. People are taking notice. We got up recently with South Florida sports anchor at Miami-based WSBN Channel 7, Donovan Campbell, who talked about the fact that he's impressed by the skills of our basketball players.
I think right now, when it comes to basketball in the Caribbean, Bahamas might have it on lock. I'm sorry, they got a really good team going on right now in the Bahamas. I'm kind of scared for anybody that goes up against them.
But Campbell, the South Florida native with some Caribbean roots, saved his biggest praise for New York Yankees infielder, our very own Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Where do I begin with Jazz Chisholm? I mean, my son and daughter, that's their favorite player. They changed their number to #2 just because of Jazz Chisholm. Although he wears number 13 now with the New York Yankees, that's actually our favorite team. But we're going to stick with 2 because he was, to us, he's always going to be a Marlin, always going to be #2. And the fact that Jazz is so influential to the kids, there's nothing he won't do for kids, that makes it all the best for him, and I wish him the best.
And speaking of Jazz, the Bahamian baseball superstar garnering some very big praise as he was recently ranked the second best second baseman for the 2026 season, according to MLB Network. Chisholm dealt with injuries in 2025, including a May oblique strain, yet still achieved career highs in home runs and stolen bases while anchoring the second base position. Despite the Yankees division series loss to the Toronto Blue Jays, his individual contributions remained a highlight for the team. Now Chisholm, an impending free agent, is coming off a spectacular campaign that resulted in him making his second All-Star appearance and securing his first Silver Slugger. The 27-year-old racked up a 4.2 WAR as he put together his first ever 30-30 campaign. And in track news, with the Carifta Track and Field Championships in Grenada fast approaching, the president of the B3A, Strumiko Archer, says he definitely has some big expectations for the 242 in 2026. San Antonio sports team recently catching up with him at the Star Performers Classic over the weekend, and he had this to say.
I've been around the sport long enough to tell you that what I see is a great sign for Team Bahamas. And so the 4x1, the 4x2, the 4x4, both under 17 and under 20, the Bahamas will be there once again. Egan, I understand, is in top form. We've not spoken about him. I've spoken recently with Jamia Nabi's coach, and he said that she will be ready for the Carifta Games, barring health and fitness. And I expect that on her return, we can expect not only gold medals, but also Carifta records.
And that's been a look at your sports on this Tuesday, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Fashion was something that I've always loved. I always, as a child, loved to see women just impeccably dressed. But my thing was drawing the looks and mixing colors, and fashion was in my blood. My name is Dr. Jillian Curry Williams, and I'm the designer for Remilda Rose Designs. What sets me apart, that I pay attention to detail. Like, I have an eye for detail. I pay attention to the construction of my garment. I want to make sure that when my garment is completed, that you can wear that on the wrong side or the right side because it's impeccably made. I put my personality into my passion. Well, the fabric of hope was inspired by my father. My father had cancer, and I would go with him to treatments and seeing everybody just look despondent and dreary. And one day this lady dropped her mom off and her mother fell once she got inside. And I was like, wow, like God, like I'm only a fashion designer. Like, what can I do to assist these people? I know God had me to create it to inspire persons with cancer or any illness that there's hope, that there is light at the end of that tunnel. The encouraging word I would give to women, it's been in my heart for a couple of days, to speak to the older women who may feel that I'm 40, what can I do? I'm 50, what can I do? And that's when the fire in us kicks in. We've had the work experience, we've passed all those tests. So take that idea that God has given you and put it to use. This is where it all begins.
To learn more about the Women Entrepreneurs Initiative, visit our website or contact us at 461-7232. And remember, empowered women empower women.
And as we do each evening at this time, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean for a look at our weather forecast. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Carvel. We have some low-level stratiform-type clouds throughout the islands, and that's due to that cold air mass that's flowing over the warm waters of the Bahamas, but we anticipate that some of that will burn off come tomorrow. Your temperatures around the islands this evening, some chilly temperatures, 66 degrees in Marsh, Abaco. Cold is still the Great Torquay at 62. 62 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands, 69, Alistown, Bimini at 68 degrees. 71 in Harbour Island. Roxanne, Eleuthera, 70 degrees. 71 in Otter Cook Island, Black Point, Exuma, Kemps Bay, South Andros, also Fresh Creek, Central Andros, reporting 71 degrees. In Georgetown, Exuma, 75. We're picking up some more 71s in Rum Key and also in San Salvador, Ragged Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. That's 77 degrees. 80 degrees in Betsy Bay, Maguana, Acklands, 80. Matthew, Tynagua, also at 80. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 81 degrees. Your forecast tonight, we're looking at mainly clear, very windy, low temperature, a cool 65 degrees, and tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine, but still very breezy and quite pleasant. Well, look at that high temperature, 70 degrees tomorrow, so you certainly need some warm clothes tomorrow. And your extended weather forecast, things will start to warm up just a bit as we head into the weekend. And the reason being, we expect another cold front to push through late on Saturday. Behind that, some extremely strong winds near gale force behind that. Temperatures going to be in the 50s for several days during the course of the weekend and early part of next week. So you're certainly going to have to bundle up once that second frontal system goes through. And the breezy conditions will make it feel a lot colder than it really is. So these 50s, they're going to feel more like the upper 40s. Could you believe it? Cobell.
Thank you, Basil. And just before we leave, we've got a programming note for you. Due to our live coverage of the 2026 Junior Jankuru Parade this Thursday at 6 p.m., the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, will air at 5 p.m., followed by the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report at 5:30. There will be no other news programming on the ZNS TV network for the remainder of the evening, so you won't see us here at 11 on Thursday. The Bahamas Radio Network will remain on schedule, and we, of course, encourage you to stay tuned. That is where we leave things this Tuesday night. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Corvell Pyfrom for Amo, Basil, and our entire team. Take care, be well, and remember, we will be looking to see you right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
World One. I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.